Hello everyone and welcome to the review of the Zidoo X10 media player. I must start by saying that this is not your average media player that you get cheap from China. This is actually, let's say, device that goes towards the high-end class because it has some really nice specifications such as 10-bit decoding, it has built-in HDR, 3D, it does 4K at 60 frames per second, it's able to process streams up to 400 megabits per second, it has 5.1 and pass-through audio, it has optical sound output, so it's actually all that you can you can imagine and need for a real proper media player. It has here a list of specifications if you want to pause, but I'm going to include the link anyway to its description and you can study there more specifications. But this thing is really nice, it's a powerhouse. The configuration itself, it's not fabulous, it only has 2 gigabytes of RAM and it uses a 4-core CPU. Nothing spectacular, you will say, but it's so well optimized and uses such good interface that it simply blows out the competition. So it's a really nice device to have, and it has a lot of expandability. You can add a lot of devices and you will see why. So let's see, in the box you get a warranty card and a small setup guide which looks like this: how to prepare it, how to start it, easy to follow. And let's take a quick look at the accessories first. In this box here we get the power supply, which we are going to use to power it on, of course. A large size remote that looks like a remote from a television, and it has full functions, right? Not one but 2 wireless antennas, and they are not small, they are pretty big antennas. This thing, I think it supports 5G wireless, so it should be pretty fast. You should be able to stream 4K on it without issues. We also get an extra HDMI cable and the classical composite video and audio cable with a jack to RCA converter adapter, right? So now let's go to the more important thing, the player itself, which is very heavy, really heavy, because it's made out entirely from aluminium. It's brushed aluminium, you can see. It's rather rough on the edges. And let's take a quick look around. So it has 3 USB ports here. This one is a USB 3, these two are USB 2.0. In the rear we have the 2 antenna connectors. It has a fan for cooling, it has gigabit LAN, it has HDMI out, and very interesting, it has HDMI in, and this thing will do picture in picture. You can watch a video from it through each HDMI out, and you can plug in an additional signal source. I wonder if this will be able also to record HDMI, so full HD. That will be interesting to test. It has an optical output for sound. You can use it for surround or pass-through to your audio decoder. You can add a micro SD card here for expandability, power jack, and power on, power off switch. On this side here there is another goodie. You just flip this open and look at that space inside. Yes, you can add a regular hard drive, a 3.5-inch drive, and you can expand this baby to a whole new level. I don't know if they specify on the box the maximum supported capacity, but it should work with something like 2 terabytes or even more. Let's see. Is it written here or not? There's no indication about the hard drive capacity. It only says that it supports 32 gigabytes on the micro SD card. Alright, so in the front you also get a LCD display which should light up when we power this baby on. So let's power it on. Let's see what it shows at the beginning of its starting progress. So after starting the Zidoo X10 player, I was greeted by a boot message, then hello, and now it's showing time. So on the screen we have displayed the configuration menu. I have prepared the remote and I'm going to show you why this player is really nice, because if I press a button on the remote, look at that, this is just like magic. The remote is lit up, all the keys are lit up, and now I can select the language. So I'm going to select English. Next. Alright, choose net type. I'm going to select wireless, and now I'm going to connect to my network. Network is now connected and we are greeted by the new version of the system. Fix. So it has detected that there is a newer firmware, and that's another thing great about this player, is the fact that there is a real producer of this product. It has a great website with lots of information. It has constant updates. Look at this change list, it's huge. So I'm going to click on update and go ahead with that. Look at the size of the update, it's once again huge, and you can see that it's a good website from where it's downloaded, because this update is not coming from China with a slow boat. It's actually downloading very fast, making this another plus on my checklist of this device. And I'm going to let it download and update now. And after updating, this is the main menu. You have quick links for each of the most important app that you need. So let's see here, do we have something nice pre-installed? So it has APK installer, box, camera, calendar, home theater, HDMI in, downloads, Miracast, music player, and it has this SDMC. What is SDMC? Based on Kodi. So this is a version of Kodi specially made for this. And let's see some system, and we should have here video output. Let's go back a bit, back again. Let's see system info, and there it goes. We have 1 GB of free memory. We are doing full HD 60 Hz. Let's see storage. We have a lot of free space. It has 16 GB of internal memory. On the hardware here we don't get a lot of information. There's no hardware revision, serial number or things like that, but at least this thing is very fluid. So let's get out of this and move on. Let's see what else we have here. So weather, let's see settings. It's the regular Android menu. Yes, that's very nice. We have the regular Android menu. About TV box. I'm going to go back. Something special here, we have HDMI functions. Right, and we have HDMI RX functions, which doesn't have any options here. Ethernet, wireless, Bluetooth, it has Bluetooth, of course. It supports wireless remotes, wireless keyboards, and things like that. The player also comes with Android Play Store or Google Play Store already pre-installed, so you can access it and download all the apps that are available on the market. For example, I have installed YouTube, and it should work really nice on this player. As you can see, this will download any kind of Google package without any problem, so you don't need to do things like cracking it or downloading pack files from the internet and installing them manually. It does it automatically, which is very useful and very easy to operate. Now I will return to YouTube, and it should play nice. Let's search for a 4K video. Let's see. So I'm going to put 4K sample. Let's see, it's a 4K sample from a Samsung presentation, and I'm going to make this full screen. Let's see, where can I see the settings for the player? It's in HD. It's full HD because actually my TV it's only full HD, so the player won't let me select 4K, but that's okay, because you can see it's still doing a very good job. It's very clear, very sharp. Let's try another one. So I'm going to select return. Let's see, a Sony 4K demo. Does this video allow me to go higher than for Full HD? No, it doesn't let me, because I'm limited to my TV HDMI interface, which probably is set up in the menu at Full HD level. I'm going to turn off this lamp like that, and let's keep it. Well, it does look good. It does look a lot more better than watching it on a regular TV box, which doesn't even output regular HD. I had some issues with some cheap TV boxes. They were limited at only HD, which means 720p, even though I used them on the same Full HD TV on HDMI. So this one at least outputs Full HD on Full HD interface. The player will do very nicely also when playing files from the network. There is no lag, there is no shutter, there is no problem, and you can see the CPU activity is very low, so it's a very easy job for it to decode over the network. This is stored on one of my network disks, so it's playing directly from there without any kind of hiccups. Going back to the main menu, you have this quick settings option, which is very nice. It takes you to the most important things that you need to change or want to change quickly. For example, the network, the display settings, and this will actually adjust the lights on the display of your TV box. Let me show you, and you can see those there. If I put on dark, it will go dim, or close, it will be off, so it will not bother you while you watch videos, in case if this is visible in your field of vision. Of course, there are a lot of settings here, including down mix of HD audio for your decoder. You have here various formats, and you have even fan control. I don't know if you can hear it, but the box makes a bit of noise because the fan is always on, but you can turn it off. Of course, if you read this, it will actually lower the performance of the CPU, and when you enable the fan, it will make it go faster. So it's your choice. You can either choose to be powerful and noisy, or a bit more slow but silent. Last but not least, I want to show you something very interesting. In here you get open Wrt Settings, and you can enable or disable services that are more related to network attached storage. And you can go to advanced settings. It will take you to a local browser, and guess what, this also runs open WRT, and you have almost all the settings you get on a router or things like that, and including services like DAL, NA, Samba, FTP, file transfer protocol. You have BitTorrent and also download managers pre-installed, so you can use those for downloading files from the internet. You can run VPN from it. So this is also a VPN machine and a router, and you can install various services on it and run them separately from the Android player that this thing runs. So you can see it's a two-in-one machine, if you can call it that way. I also know that this review is very long, and you may have found it boring, but I had to do it. It's an advanced product. You cannot just make a 5-minute review at just look at it, how great it looks, how great it works, and that's it. So I really wanted to show you at least just some basic stuff of what this device can do. So I hope that you have enjoyed this, and hopefully I may do another part. You may leave a comment with what do you want to see more or find out about this device. Ask me about it, and maybe I can create another video with other things, or look at other features that this device may do. Until then, bye bye.